Gonna talk about 5 bands to check out if you like Rush. Rush is my favorite band of all time. I do top 10 songs from bands, and they were the first one I did. So I want to start going through those same bands as I do them, then do a thing where I talk about 5 bands you might like if you're into that artist. I've done this for pop artists, where I talk about if you like Taylor Swift or some other type of pop artist, I'll listen to their music and then think of 5 bands that make me think of them. This is a little different though, because I love Rush and I love these rock bands. Bands that maybe you won't think of right away, maybe you do. If you really like Rush, maybe you really like these bands too. I'm not doing like Primus, things that I think are like too readily obvious. So with that being said, here it is. Dream Theater, a progressive rock and metal band formed in the mid-'80s at Berklee College of Music. They're all virtuosic players. This is the band that people would probably most associate with them that I have on the list. They've had 16 albums. Their singer has a higher pitched voice, kind of like Geddy. It's more operatic though. Some songs that have a very Rush feel are The Looking Glass, Transcending Time, and Another Day, I think. Mike Portnoy, their drummer's been in a lot of bands. And if Geddy and Alex were ever to go back out and play together and Mike Portnoy played the drums, I think it'd be awesome. Toto, an LA-based rock band formed in the late 70s. Rush is my favorite band, but Toto is a close second. They're session musician legends. They've had 14 studio albums as a band, but the guys that are in the band that are known as like the core members, they've been on over 5,000 hit studio albums. Play with people like Michael Jackson, Bruce Springsteen, Paul Simon, Ringo and Paul McCartney, Sonny and Cher. While they're known for more radio hits, they can get very progressive. Songs like Jake to the Bone, Dave's Gone Skiing are very progressive, very cool songs. They can have long, epic songs as well. Their 2112 is probably Hydra. Coheed and Cambria formed in the mid-'90s in New York. I would say they're a modern day Rush. Their singer is known for his high-pitched vocals just like Geddy is. A lot of progressive rock elements to their songs, but their songs aren't always super long. Every album is basically a concept album. They're basically a concept band. So like what 2112 is to Rush, the Armory Wars is to Coheed and Cambria, but it's every single album that's a part of that story. Their 4th album is my favorite. That's the one I think you should check out. It's known as No World for Tomorrow, but the full title, Good Apollo on Burning Star 4, Volume 2, No World for Tomorrow. Muse, a British rock band formed in the mid-'90s. They're a 3-piece band like Rush. Switch the vocals from Geddy to Alex, and that's kind of like what you get with Muse. They've had 9 studio albums, and the more the albums go, the more synthy they get. And if you like Rush's 80s years, they get very synthy and a lot of affected guitars and tones like that in the 80s. I love all the eras of Rush, and I really like the 80s as maybe is my favorite era for Rush. If you're an 80s Rush fan, you will love Muse. Kind of like Canadian rock music's identity is really hearted with Rush. I think like British rock's identity of modern bands is really centered around Muse. Maybe Coldplay and Oasis are the only other bands that are as big. If you're gonna check them out, I would start with their album Simulation Theory. TenaciousD, a comedy rock band featuring Jack Black. If you're a fan of Rush, you know there's a very strong comedy element to Rush. Not really with their music, but with the band, there's a culture of comedy to the band as a whole. TenaciousD has apparently written the greatest song in the world. They've had a movie, The Pick of Destiny. Their songs are a little more traditional hard rock, like classic hard rock. So if you're really a fan of 70s Rush, I would say, then you'll probably like the music of TenaciousD. And there's a lot of comedy elements, including comedy sketches even on their CDs. And the songs are usually pretty funny and have almost like a Spinal Tap theatrical, goofy vibe to them.